Jesus Christ, Mary and Joseph. Fuck Gotenks. Holy shit! I'm telling you, this event is some strong jutsu. I haven't gotten nuked so much since the full power Frieza event. And in context, now full power Frieza is easy. Like, if you bring Gogeta, you nuke him. But before Gogeta, he was just terrible. He was, like, destructive. This event is that. This event is very hard. First of all, it takes forever to complete. This is my fastest I've done it. The fastest I ever did it was like 25 minutes. This one I think is like 30. First time I did it was about 45 minutes. Let me just say the items I took are important because it's part of the tactic, the process. Let me give you the pro tips. I brought the Sensu, I brought the Dende, I brought the Icarus, and I brought the Ghost Ushers. Now here's my tactic, right? I don't use the Ghost Usher ever unless it's Super Saiyan 3 Goku or if I'm going to die. You know what I mean? It's that type of thing. The idea is to use the Ghost Usher when Vegeta was not in the field. When Vegeta comes on the field, block somewhat properly, try to take damage of a minimum of about maybe 30k, and then kind of play it out when you see STR, SSJ Gotenks or regular Gotenks. And right here, this is very important. I got Whis a shit ton of key. Motherfuck Whis. He doesn't deserve the key. I went back and I did it until I gave it to your boy Super Saiyan Vegito. Very important to have Vegito and your boy Bardock right next to each other. I know Bardock isn't like a guaranteed unit. I know niggas are tight that I have him. I feel your pain. He's literally the best World Tournament fucking card I've ever gotten. He's instrumental in the success of beating Gotenks, a.k.a. Satan, a.k.a. Lucifer, a.k.a. cocksucker Gotenks. I mean, if I didn't have Bardock, this would be all she wrote. Now, let me just say with the team, I'll explain the tactic more in depth, but, you know, the basic idea is that you want to get through. This is kind of easy. You could kind of get through this. Like, twice there was where I got super low and Whis healed me. That's another thing why I brought Whis free heal. With the Vegito, you want to block as much as possible. You want to seal Goten because he's the one who can do the most damage. Another thing that's important is that once you get to Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, you got to realize that this is a long fight. This is very, 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 very long. And for some reason, right, in the phase shifts, for phase shifts, right, stuns don't carry over. And I keep checking the recording because I accidentally shut the recording twice. And I was like, Jesus Christ, this is a 45 fucking minute battle. Like, stop being retarded. So, the phase shift, right, it happens multiple times. Stuns don't carry over, so if you stun Gotenks, phase shift, no longer stun. If you super seal Gotenks, phase shift happens, no longer super seal. But here's the mother cucking, right? They're phase shifts, quote unquote, where they're new phases. And unlike in the Broly event where I used Whis 3 times and I was able to heal, in this event, the phase shifts don't count like that. As a matter of fact, the key that's on the board, once you get to Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, it stays the same. So, say the key set up the way it is, say phase shift happens, the key is the same. So that's very important. You want to have the board set up for your boy Bardock to seal. And realize that you're only going to get maybe 1 or 2 heals with Whis. You're not going to be able to repeatedly use them as like fucking a perpetual Sensu Bean machine. That's what I was thinking. It didn't work out. And again, let me just say, I actually used this team right here on the screen. I thought that it would be a good idea. I actually, believe it or not, I beat Gotenks using that team. I would not recommend it. It took 45 minutes. It was super shit. Fucking bitch boy Goldo did not do anything to his defense. I let him take the hit. I was thinking I was going to like kill this dude like I did Broly, just cut through him like butter. Didn't happen. Same thing with the Majin Buu. Although you do get more HP and you feel safer, that lack of ki is terrible. It's really, like, there was times where I got cucked and I couldn't do anything with Bardock and Super Seal, and that's dangerous. You don't want that. You want to stay in the nice safe zone of just Super Sealing like a boss. So, Super Seal with Bardock all day, every day. That's why I brought Turles as lead. Also, the fact is that Turles is in. He will help with Super Saiyan 3. He will block. There's a point in this video where if I didn't have Turles, I would have lost. He does get stuns, and there's actually a point in this video, hopefully I pointed out, where I make a colossal mistake, and I fucking, for some reason, I decide to use a Ghost Usher when he was stunned by Turles. I didn't notice because it was the first time I was using Turles. Before that, I used, fuck, who did I use? I used, PyCon, and believe it or not, I was able to beat it with PyCon. It was miserable. That shit took a long. I think that took longer. I think that might have taken 50 minutes. But listen, Gotenks, you can kill him. It is possible, but it like if I feel like it's not. Like watching this video right now, even like right now, I'm looking at it, I'm like, yo, already getting drained, and you're on the first phase. You got to fight Trunks, then you got to fight Goten, which they come at the same time. Then you got to fight Super Saiyan 5 Gotenks, which, by the way, is fairly easy. You got to Super Seal him, block properly with Vegito, and then you should be alright. Maybe get a couple stuns. And then Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks is a nuker. It's like, what the fuck? And here's another jutsu thing. The way I'm doing this, I have a lot of stunning people. Whis stuns. This Goku stun. By the way, this Goku, he's free. I talked hella shit about him. I like this Goku. I got more stuns with this Goku than I did Turles, for the two reasons that he has more ki, and he also has, I don't know, he has some fucking black magic, my boy. I don't know how the fuck he got so many stuns. But this is the basic setup. AGL team, use my Super Vegito. I didn't pull him. Someone else did. He got him to SA10. Thank you to that guy. No reason for me to spend Dragon Stones. And by the way, let me just say, I don't give a shit about this Gotenks. I don't want him. I don't give a fuck about any of the God cards. Fuck these God cards. But it really is. And watch this right here. I was about to take an L. This would have been monumental. Would have taken a super weight. Quit the app. Restart King. When in doubt, exit out. You come back in. Reposition your units. And you will have a second chance to get a stun. That's what I did multiple times. It works out. Not every time. But hey, it's at least you get that extra probability. By putting Goku first, it changed it up. It's almost as if they're independent in the sense that if one fails, the other may succeed. So restart the app, try it again, see if you can get a stun. Stuns are instrumental. If you can get a stun, not so much on the STR Super Saiyan Gotenks, but the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, it is impeccable. You will take no damage for that during that time, which, by the way, is a big deal, because if you don't block properly and you just let it be what it is, you will use one sensu bean per Gotenks encounter, which is not good. That's not what I did. Throughout this whole thing, I actually ended it with one extra Dende. And listen, it's fucking 30 minutes long. If you use a sensu bean every time you see Gotenks, my nigga, this shit's going to be 10 minutes long. You're going to be getting cucked all day, every day. So keep that in mind. So as you can see there, I restarted it. I was able to get the stun. You know, there's no shame in being a piece of shit. If Bandai Namco want to make this game pay to win now, like for some reason, the only units that do regular damage to him is a Mong, Piccolo, and Super Buu. 2 people, that's it. Just 2 people, just 2 random people. It's not like it's like you can't even build a team around that. At least for certain bosses that were super hard, like people got drained. Like for Ultimate Gohan, if you make a Buu team, you dominate. Like, it's a Mong team, it's retarded, but at least you have a chance. For this guy, what are you supposed to do? What if people don't have a good AGL team? I would assume you could do... I think that this event might be even easier if you have a good tech team, because you could bring the free SSR Piccolo and the free SSR Super Buu, but then you gotta depend on a friend to you or Gotenks. You're gonna have a lot less HP. And I don't think I can think of any like Super Sealers that are Saiyans that have prepared for battle, because prepared for battle is a big part of this team. You could probably use your boy Jackie Chan, but that's kind of playing the Mong shit. Like, Jackie Chan doesn't seem that reliable. So in short, I definitely have to say that this stage probably requires Super Vegito as a friend at least. I don't know, like, you might want to try this out with Gogeta. I have no clue if that would be, like, if Gogeta does regular damage, right? Maybe Gogeta would be good, but then it becomes a question of dealing damage and not of survivability, which Maybe better. I don't know. I mean, this takes 30 goddamn minutes. Maybe if I brought Gogeta, it would be better. But that's kind of like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't really see that much information about this event. Like I said, I have no clue about what would this be like if you brought Gogeta. But when you bring Vegito, if you block properly, you take less than 100 damage, which is amazing. It's very good because when you think about it, in that if you were to block with another AGL unit, you take 90k, or if you use an Icarus, you take about 45k, about half of that. It's fucking crazy. Like, you need Vegito for blocking purposes, for HP purposes, for key purposes, and he's pretty strong. You're not going to do any damage whatsoever, really, when he's in Super Saiyan 3 phase, which is this phase, this fucking piece of shit phase. This phase is all about surviving. You want to stay alive. If you have Whis item, bring that item. I had a lot of Icaruses, so I was like, alright, I'll bring Icarus. It's not that big of a difference. It's a 5% difference. As you can see, he's attacking 3 times at first. I have no clue if he's going to super or not. If he supers, he ruins everything and does 90k to Vegito. So get ready to restart the app. That's all I got to say. When in doubt, exit out. I don't know what the fuck he's going to do. It's good to at least try and see if you can hit this man with a Vegito block. Look at that. 100 damage. That's it. That's all. And then obviously you get the counters, which is just... They add up. Eventually they might add up to a quarter of 1 bar, maybe, throughout this whole entire battle. Which is nothing to scoff at. Because even when... This is another thing. When he's in STR SSJ form, he doesn't even take that much damage. It's not like you do one super and take out half his HP or a quarter of his HP. It takes a while to get bars. And I'm sorry I keep looking at the thing, but... Lord knows I did this twice. In some way, somehow, the recording got cucked. But definitely what's important here is to bring... I think bringing 2 int units really helps a lot. And as you can see here, I didn't realize I stunned him. If you look at the top of the screen, it'll have the little yellow burst icon, which means I did stun him. I didn't notice that, so this is a big mistake. Ghost Ushers are invaluable. They're your only thing that can definitively tell Gotenks to go fuck himself, because you only have 2 turns. You could do 1 turn like I just did, where you take like no damage with Vegito, and then use a Ghost Usher, and then take no damage. So in hindsight, if I made a mistake comparable to this again, I would have lost. It would have been over. I only had 1 Dende left. You can't do much with that. But I think this team that I have right now is the best team. Like I mentioned before, with the team with the Kid Buu lead, you get more HP, but you give up key, which I don't like, because this is already a long fight, 30 fucking minutes, and you're only going to make it longer. So I recommend that you take at least a key plus 2 leader. It really sucks that this Turles isn't TUR. Hopefully his event comes soon, because if his event was here, he'd be a plus 3 key leader, plus 3 key passive, and he would give plus attack on super, which would have been amazing. And here's another little note, right? As you can see here, STR, SSJ, Gotenks, right? It's instrumental that you block with Vegito, not only for the purpose of damage reduction, but right here, that bit of damage, which is 50k, which doesn't seem like a lot, is absolutely necessary. This will whittle him down, you'll do a little more damage, and it's kind of odd, but you almost don't want to stun on this area, because say if you stun, he does not attack, and then you miss out on 1 or 2 free kind of damage attacks with Vegito, which is really good. That it'll actually help you get his fucking HP down. But I had no problem with it this time. I actually had 1 match where I kept stunning STR Kid Gotenks, but I would not be able to stun the tech one, and I ended up losing that because I took an L. I think that was when, I don't know who I had as leader, but I remember I was trying out different teams just to see what works. I don't think you can do this with a free-to-play team, unless it's with a Gotenks, Super Saiyan 3 2 or Gotenks friend, LR Goku lead, which is technically free. And this is the best stage to have him at when he's regular Gotenks. He takes the most damage, deals the least damage, and it's not Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, which is a nuker. The best thing about it is that he's not the devil. But like I was saying, if you bring a Super Saiyan 3 TUR Gotenks, maybe you could do it with a LR Goku lead, Super Buu, Piccolo, and then other people as your team. I don't know. I have no clue. I don't really want to try it. This is fucking 50 stamina. Only reason I did this is because I wanted to awaken my int Trunks into int Gotenks, which is very good. Like, he has int and tech type key +3, and then his passive is int and tech type key +3, which is fucking ridiculous. That's a dumb good passive for a free unit. But then again, you got to go through this stage, so they kind of pick your poison. If you don't really need it, I honestly don't really need it. Like, if I was getting nuked to the point where I was getting destroyed, then I would just give up. I would not do it. And fuck, someone's calling me. Alright, just a phone call. Someone telling me they love my content, and I was telling them thank you very much. I appreciate them being one of 3 viewers. Yeah, this is pretty much it. I mean, this is kind of watch, rinse, repeat. Idea is to survive Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks turn. Try to use some type of, either try to block Brack properly with Vegito, take minimal damage, right? And then use a Ghost Usher, or block properly with Vegito. You could use an Icarus then, or wait and use an Icarus. It really doesn't matter. Might as well just use an Icarus. And then you'll basically take about 16k damage from Gotenks. If you're an AGL unit, if you're an int unit, I think it'll be like maybe 6,000 maybe with Icarus. It's a lot less, obviously, because you are int. You also want to try to block as much as possible with int units, but also remember the larger picture. The larger picture being that you need Bardock, right, to Super Seal. You need Super Vegito to do damage. So you always want those two together. So, you know, there is a point in the video where I do believe, where it's kind of getting towards the end, where I have Bardock and Turles together and put Super Vegito at the end. And the only reason I do that is because had I not done that, I would have taken monstrous damage, and I could have possibly lost the match. Sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes the greater good outweighs the tactic. Like, if I'm going to get fucking bodied because I'm blocking a certain way, and here you go, you use the Ghost Usher to say fucking fuck you, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, then you got to put Vegito at the end and just hold the L. What are you going to do? You can't fucking help it. He was attacking 3 times. Even if I blocked with an int, at that point in time, I didn't have any damage reduction items, so he was going to do about maybe probably 25 or 30k, which is a lot at that space of the game where I have nothing but healing items. But that's pretty much it. I mean, I can't think of really anything else to say. I mean, watch the gameplay yourself. I spent 15 fucking minutes explaining how to play the game. There you go, nigga. That one nigga who said I don't talk about the game enough, there you go. I talked about it. Is it clear enough for you, motherfucker? So, there you go. And let me just say, for the people in my last video, I was actually reading the comments, I was laughing. A lot of people saying that Dragon Ball Super is going to get better. I hope it does. I really do hope it does. I think that the biggest problem with Super, as I said in the last video, is just there's just no danger. It's like there's Beerus or Bills if you're fucking in Jutsu, who basically like poses no threat. Then later on you get into the arc with the jelly niggas, which is filler, who cares? And then the only person who really poses any threat is Black, or Super Saiyan Rose Black. And then that kind of dies quickly. He's just done. That arc is done. And then someone reminded me, a friend told me this. I didn't watch the episode. I only saw the. Well, I kind of want. I mean, I don't watch this shit. But like, there's full episodes on YouTube, and I'll just see it, and I'm like, all right, fuck it, let me just watch some of it. But I didn't see the part where, for some reason, Zamasu becomes a planet. I don't know why. But my friend was like, he explained it to me, and when he was explaining it to me, I was like, what? And he's like, dude, it's so. He's like, don't even watch it. It's not even worth it to watch. It's so fucking retarded. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, what the fuck? But, hey, Super might get better. It's at the beginning phase of Super. There's still a lot to do. Me, personally, I think Super's not all for naught because I recently, well, it's not recent, I think it was last year maybe, I rewatched about a quarter of Dragon Ball Z. And I was like, what? I was getting into deep jutsu where, like, sometimes, like, when you like a show a lot, you just go into a deep autism where you're like, yo, bro, I don't want this to end ever. That's how I was with Naruto for a long time. Now I'm leaning towards like Bleach fans, where they're like, can you please just fucking give it a nice burial? Like, just let it die for Christ's sake. Because Naruto is just ridiculous filler. But I was watching Dragon Ball Z, and I'm like, bro, this show's so fucking good. And I'm just happy, like, even if Super's bad, which I don't think definitively it's terrible. It's just not as good as Dragon Ball Z, which is kind of hard to do. But at the same time, there's something like, and as you can see here, Gotenks is supering. When he supers, I close and come back. Like, for example, Dragon Ball GT. I love Dragon Ball GT. It wasn't the best. Let's admit it had some flaws. But it was entertaining. It was good. I mean, even though one of the most things that people hate about GT that I kind of agreed with, but now it's kind of, I'm like, I don't know. I'm in the fucking twilight zone of being like a fucking GT dick rider, where basically, at the beginning, you know, Goku, it's kind of corny, but it's whatever. Like in the beginning of GT, Pilaf comes, he tries to steal the Dragon Balls, and he's like, he just says like under his breath, and he's like, Jesus, this kid Goku, he's such a badass. He was so much more manageable as a kid. I wish he was still a kid. And then, you know, the Red Dragon comes out, like comedic timing, goes, your wish is granted. And that's what makes Goku a kid. If you ever wondered when you're fucking looking at GT clips, you're like, why is Goku 11 years old? That's why. And it's kind of corny, but I like it because GT, especially early on, it's like a renaissance to Dragon Ball. If you watch Dragon Ball, which I've watched, I'm not hardcore with Dragon Ball, I probably would need to watch it again to remember everything, but it's definitely returned that. Pilaf being there, Goku fucking looking the way he does, obviously, is a callback to Dragon Ball, and also the whole adventure of getting the Dragon Balls. And what they did, honestly, I mean, I liked it. I think it was smart, is that they made the Dragon Balls universal. That way they had to go from planet to planet, planet to planet, and it actually made it a task. When the Dragon Balls are on the planet, like Earth, it's easy. You just fly around, got the radar, boop, boop, but if they're in space, all of a sudden you've got to go on a spaceship, and it takes forever. And another jutsu thing is, I don't know why, but for some reason Goku can't use instant transmission when he's a kid, which is kind of weird. I don't remember exactly all the like ins and outs of instant transmission. I don't know if like he had to be somewhere before in order to go there again. You know what I mean? You can't go somewhere you never were before. Kind of like a quick transport type of deal. But basically, as a kid, he just can't use instant transportation for I don't know why. They explain it kind of sort of where he's like when he's Super Saiyan 4, he has the power and the will to do it, but when he's fucking like when he's a kid, he can't. It's kind of Mongol, but it's kind of fun. I mean, it definitely is a callback to Dragon Ball, where they're finding the Dragon Balls, and there's all these new characters. That's one thing I liked about GT, was a lot of... It was... Alright, it's kind of filler. It's kind of filler, let's be honest. Like, there's only a few fights where it was like Lord Lude and... what's that fucking guy's name? He got the fucked up head. Looks like a goddamn Martian, that dude. I can't remember his name. There's like very few fights where like it actually mattered, and it kind of felt like filler. But I like it. I mean, even Dragon Ball Z filler, I've never fucking like I never thought it was bad. And by the way, let me just mention this right here, this Dokkan with Broly Gohan. This is the first time I actually got a good Dokkan on SSJ, SGR Gotenks. It's usually Bardock against the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, which does like absolutely no damage. So this was instrumental. This is a very good thing because it does a lot of damage. I get HP back, and it's meaningful. You know what I mean? So that's another thing. Definitely try to plan out your Dokkans, but there's so many variables already. I'm not gonna fucking tell you to like plan out your Dokkans perfectly, because even then, it's just like there's a couple times where I have to super. I don't have a choice of now supering. So maybe just do it so that you get some HP back. IDK, nigga. But as you can see here, this is the pivotal moment where I first was going to block with Bardock, but then I thought about it and I realized I should block with Vegeta. But yeah, like I was saying, Dragon Ball GT is fucking good as shit. Like, I definitely recommend you watch it, but I don't think you should watch it and think it's a continuation of Dragon Ball Z, although it kind of is, it kind of isn't. I mean, Dragon Ball's GT undoubtedly had some good fights. It had some good fights. Super Saiyan 4 Goku versus Omega Shenron. Even Buu and Oob fused fighting Baby. That was pretty good. Super Saiyan 3 Goku versus Vegeta Baby was kind of cool. And then when he goes Super Saiyan 4 for the first time, that was pretty cool too. If I remember correctly, he actually, like, he destroys Baby. He actually does a Kamehameha times 10, which was badass, by the way. Fucking red Kamehameha. And pushes his, because Baby tries to run away. He's like, I'll run away and I'll get you. And Goku Kamehamehas him or his spacecraft into the sun and, like, nukes him. And I was like, Jesus Christ, this guy's such a badass. But hey, as you can see there, it's a good thing I blocked with Bardock instead of Gohan, because if I did it with the latter, I would have been fucked. But another thing is that I've never seen Gotenks do double supers, like super at the beginning of the turn and then super at the end of the turn. Maybe he does it the next turn. I've never seen it on the same turn. That's why I was kind of confident and fine with just blocking with Vegito. If that wasn't the case, then I'd be shitting bricks, because I only have one int to block properly. But hey, like I said, GT is bumping. I think that Super for a period of time with the Black Saga was kind of cool. Even when Trunks was on Earth and saying like when Trunks came, that was fucking hype as shit. It was like when he came back during the Cell Saga, but it just, I don't know, it just wasn't enough to like really catch my attention and make me like hype the show up. Like for me, it's gonna be this. This is my order of things I like. I like Dragon Ball Z the most, then I like Dragon Ball GT, then I like Dragon Ball. Maybe if I watch Dragon Ball again, maybe I'll like start dick running it. I don't know. And then at the last place, all the way at the end, you know what? After all the Dragon Ball Z movies and the one GT movie is Super. That's just what it is. But hey, I'm happy it's there. I'm happy it exists. I don't really like the forms, to be honest with you. The only form that I really liked was Kaioken Super Saiyan Blue Goku, but that had more to do with Kaioken than the blue hair. By the way, this right here, this moment right here is instrumental. If I did not have that Turles, I would not be able to block this Super. I would not be able to complete the stage. I would have taken a gigantic L. But then again, I probably would have backed down and kept doing it over and over again, praying that Super Saiyan Goku got a stun. But getting close to the end. Getting close to the end. This is a long-ass battle. Jesus Christ. Definitely important units. Whis blocks. Ultimate Gohan blocks. Not blocks. Stuns. And then, obviously, Bardock for super sealing. Instead of this Bardock, I guess you could bring... I mean, you could possibly bring the 5 Bardock, but that, you'd no longer have supremacy of blocking against Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and now you're weak to regular STR Gotenks, so kind of like an L there. Maybe the TEQ Bardock would be good on a TEQ team. That probably would be good. I'll admit that. That'll probably be good. But, I mean, shit. This end Bardock is the fucking bee's knees. He even delivered the death blow. It's usually Super Vegeta, but this time was your boy Bardock. And I'm pretty sure I check again just to make sure I'm recording, because the last time I checked and it was like not there. I was happy. I'm like, oh man, I gotta let people know. I gotta let people know that, hey, if you don't have a semi-god tier team, because this is a good team. The team I have is pretty good. Ultimate Gohan, TUR, Broly Gohan, pretty good. Instrumental in this, Turles, he's very good too. So it's kind of a situation where you need to fucking, at the very least, I would say, have a key plus 2 leader, because you need that extra plus 2 key. And then from there, basically, play it similar to the way I played it, because if you don't, I don't know, I just don't see it happening. I don't think it's possible. And this is just me awakening my int Trunks. This is all I fought for. This is all I did, and I actually played this an extra one time. That's pretty nice fucking card, I'll admit. And Tekken type key plus 3 leader and passive is really good. Honestly, I think that if this Gotenks Dokkan Awakening, it's extreme damage, whatever. But if he sealed Super Attack like his 5 Super Saiyan Gotenks did, he would be the best in sealer. He would overtake World Tournament Bardock easily. he would be amazing for key support and also for supering because he would always have, he could be the leader, he'll always have +6 key just for himself. And he also has prepare for battle, he also has fusion. He's actually better to link with Super Saiyan Vegito because of the fusion and prepare for battle. But alas, unfortunately, he does not seal super attack. It'd be amazing if he did. I think it'd be worthwhile if he did. I mean, Jesus Christ, that fucking Gotenks event is like ridiculous. You could at least give him that. But hey, cool fucking card art. I guess that's something. That's fucking something, right? Formidable enemy link. I guess that's something too. But I don't know. But hey, I'll tell you right now, he has nice card art. Fucking, I mean, really, like, he has really nice card art. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. He's punching a rock for some reason. He looks pissed. He looks like a Mongol. But I'll take a screenshot. He's a handsome guy. He's beautiful. Jesus. I don't know what else to say other than, fuck, I hope you have at least SA10 Super Vegito friends and a decent AGL team. Because I don't know how fast people can get their fucking TUR Gotenks going. But at the end of the day, what can I say other than Bandai is making this game purely paid to play?